let's talk about the ground beneath your feet. And I don't just mean the sidewalk or your floorboards. I mean, what's really going on deep down? We're about to peel back the surface of our world. And trust me, what we find is going to challenge everything you think of as stable. Look, for most of us, life runs on a schedule. We get up, we go to work, we come home. Everything from our roads to our calendars is designed to be predictable. It all creates this powerful feeling of stability. It feels solid. It feels like it's going to last forever, right?
But what if that feeling is just an illusion? What if it's all just a paper-thin layer we've built on top of something way more powerful, way more dynamic, and, well, a whole lot more chaotic? That's the big idea we're diving into today, the hidden instability that's humming away just beneath the surface of our lives.
So, we're going to start at the most basic level you can imagine, the planet itself. Because while we're all busy living our lives, the Earth is constantly in motion, and sometimes it rearranges the furniture in a pretty violent way. Now, the real kicker is how we perceive time. You see, we live our lives on the human clock, thinking in days, years, maybe a few decades. But the Earth, it's on a completely different schedule, the geological clock. We're talking centuries, millennia, eons. And over those vast stretches of time, incredible pressure builds up. It's this huge difference in scale that makes it so hard for us to even notice the danger that's slowly, silently growing right under our feet. And this isn't happening out in some remote desert. We're talking about millions and millions of people in massive cities like Tokyo and Los Angeles who go about their day right on top of these tectonic battlegrounds. Deep beneath them, these colossal plates of rock are locked in this slow-motion struggle, building up more and more stress with every passing moment. So what happens when all that pent-up stress after centuries of building finally lets go? You get chaos on a scale that is just mind-bending. The energy released in a major earthquake can be the same as thousands of nuclear bombs all going off at once. It's a sudden, violent reordering of the planet's surface. And it's not just earthquakes. I mean, think about Naples, Italy, a bustling city living in the shadow of Mount Vesuvius. They're there for a reason. That volcanic soil is unbelievably fertile. It's a gift from the volcano. But underneath all that beauty, chambers of magma are slowly filling up, building pressure. It's the very definition of a fragile balance. But the ground isn't the only source of hidden instability. You also get chaos where these huge natural systems, land, sea, and air, all crash into each other with incredible energy. River deltas are a perfect example. I mean, they're some of the most fertile places on the planet, home to hundreds of millions of people. But here's the catch. They are fundamentally unstable. The land itself is constantly, slowly sinking. And things we do, like building dams, actually make it worse by cutting off the supply of new soil. So you're left with this landscape that's set up for absolutely catastrophic floods. And then you've got the chaos that comes from the sky. In a place like America's Tornado Alley, you can have a perfectly calm, beautiful afternoon that in just a matter of minutes erupts into total violence. The air itself twists into these rotating columns of pure destruction. It's a place where life unfolds under a sky that can turn on you with almost no warning. Okay, so this isn't just about Mother Nature. Sometimes the chaos is actually unlocked by our own systems, by our own actions, and often in ways we just did not see coming. Just look at the Arctic. For ages, the permafrost, basically permanently frozen ground, was a solid, dependable foundation. But as our climate warms up, it's thawing, and that solid ground is turning into this soupy, muddy mess. Roads are buckling, pipelines are breaking, and entire buildings are tilting over. We are literally watching a landscape we thought was immovable just dissolve from under us. This right here is a perfect picture of a whole other kind of chaos, systemic failure. It starts so small, you'd never even notice it. A single old pipe starts to corrode. Then, that pipe bursts. The water rushes out, eats away at the ground, and suddenly, the whole street collapses. And the result? A cascading failure that gridlocks an entire city, bringing its orderly routine to a dead stop. So, all this brings us to the big question, right? If these places are so fundamentally unstable, so chaotic, why on earth do we build our lives there? It feels kind of backwards, doesn't it? Building a city on an earthquake fault line, or farming next to a volcano that could blow its top. Why do we do it? Are we just ignoring the danger? Or is there something else going on here? Well, the answer, it turns out, is a fascinating trade-off. The very same forces that create the risk are often the exact same forces that create the reward. That volcano that threatens to erupt, it also creates incredibly rich soil. That river that might flood, it creates a perfect delta for farming and trade. Those fault lines that cause earthquakes, they're often linked to valuable natural resources. And this is the real key. Living in these places isn't about being ignorant of the chaos. It's about being incredibly clever and managing it. For all of human history, we've developed amazing ingenuity, from earthquake-proof buildings to incredible weather forecasting, all to carve out little pockets of order inside these volatile systems. We don't eliminate the risk, we learn how to navigate it. Which really brings us to this final thought. Maybe the stability we feel every day isn't the opposite of chaos. Maybe it's just this thin, incredibly fragile, but also remarkably resilient layer that we have built right on top of it all. A testament to our incredible ability to make a home right on the brink. Makes you think a little differently about where you live, doesn't it?